Let me set the scene. You're sitting at your desk. It's 10 a.m. and you just started working. You look down at your to-do list and all of a sudden, total overwhelm. There are 1,000 things on that list, or at least it feels like it, and you have no idea what you're gonna do first. Trust me when I say if you've had this experience, you're not alone. My name is Dr. Karin Nordin, and I'm a behavior change expert. I've helped hundreds of people just like you stop living on autopilot and instead lead the intentional, meaningful lives that they've always wanted. And I will tell you with total certainty that at least 95% of my clients have struggled with this exact thing: prioritization. The truth is, prioritization is not something we ever learned in school, even though, I think we should have. We learned the Pythagorean theorem and the Swedish capital, but we never learned how to look at a to-do list and figure out what actually needs to be done first. But luckily, that's what I'm gonna teach you in this video. I'm going to actually demonstrate 3 different tools you can use in order to prioritize. In this video, I'm gonna have you actually do it with me. I want you to pull out a piece of paper, grab your favorite gel pen, and pause this video for a minute while you jot down every single thing that you have to do. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on my to-do list behind me. Ta-da! I've got my to-do list. I hope you've got your to-do list. And before we go any further, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video just like this. All right, we're gonna jump in with our first method of prioritization, which is really, really simple. It is deadline-based prioritization. To use this, I want you to go through your list, and all I want you to do is write down the absolute deadline that each item has. Not when you want it done, not when it would be idealistically done, but absolutely what is the latest that you can do it. Take pause, do that right now, and I'm gonna do it too. All right, so now I'm looking at my to-do list, and what I can see is that for me, right now, my time, it's October 8th. There are 2 things on this list, house clean and YouTube videos, that are due October 8th. So immediately, I would prioritize those first. Then I would do what's called racing the date. When you race the date, it means that you just go in order of when things are due and you try to get as far ahead as possible. So maybe right now you do the things that are due today, but then you also get a little bit ahead and everything that's due tomorrow is already done. That gives you a little bit of momentum, a little bit of excitement. So then you move on to the next day. Challenge yourself, make it fun, and see how far ahead you can get. Now, I know what's coming. You're going to tell me, but Karin, all of my tasks are due tomorrow. All of my tasks are due immediately. Okay, that's fine. We will simply move to step 2, or the next method of prioritization, which you can either do independently or you can stack with this one, with the first one I showed you. Our second prioritization style is emotion-based prioritization. Let me give you a big old permission slip. You are allowed to prioritize your to-do list based on the emotions that you feel about each task. Sure, maybe that's not the most logical or quote strategic way to do things, but if there's something that's due next Friday that's completely stressing you out, do that first. the benefits of reducing that stress will create so much more productivity than leaving it because it's technically not due right this second. To implement this method, I want you to take out 3 different colors. I'm gonna grab mine. You can use a highlighter or a pen for this, or you can do it on a whiteboard too. What I'm gonna have you do is pick one color to mean highest stress, pick one color to mean lowest stress, and then the middle becomes medium stress. Keep in mind, lowest stress doesn't mean low stress. You can be stressed about everything on your to-do list if you want to be. It just means out of all of the things, that is the lowest amount of stress. So now I want you to go through that same list and you are going to highlight or underline each item on the list based on what level of stress it's causing you. All right, so you can see from my list that I put this light blue color as my highest stress items. And there are 2. Number 1, YouTube videos, hence why I'm doing those right now. And number 2, running payroll for my team and my employees. Now, technically, payroll isn't due until the 10th. I still have 2 days. And there are other tasks like cleaning the house that I could theoretically do first because they're due earlier than that date. But today, I'm going to choose to prioritize my emotions. So I will do the YouTube videos first, since they are highest priority according to the deadline and emotion framework. And then I would jump into running payroll, and then I would move on to my purple tasks, which are my medium stress, and my green tasks, which are my lowest stress. All right, so let's jump into our last method of prioritization, which is called ripple prioritization. This is gonna be super helpful for you if you're working on a team, you're collaborating with others, or you have a big family that you're dealing with. By the way, if you are loving this video, this is actually a tiny sneak peek of what's in our Compassionate Calendar course. We launch it twice a year, so you can get on the wait list via the link in the description. But what the course is this times like 800. It's a collection of evidence-based, high-quality, applicable tools that will actually teach you to manage your time instead of asking yourself to just buy a new planner or get a new notebook and hoping things would be better. The first time we launched, we had almost 500 people sign up, and it is one of the courses that people absolutely rave about because it is so practical, it is so applied, and there's an emergency button module in case you're too stressed out to spend time on a time management course and you need techniques super fast. Again, check the link in the description to put your name on the waitlist for next time it launches. Okay, back to ripple tasks. Ripple tasks are tasks that affect other people. And in this case, you might want to get them done earlier because otherwise you might be blocking someone else. So for example, if you need to send a report to a colleague so that that colleague can edit the report and get it to your boss by Friday, that initial sending would be a ripple task. Now, I personally like to start out my week or like to put ripple task as a higher priority. And that's because I'm working with my team and it makes me feel good. It lowers my stress level in order to get them the things that they need in order to do the work I want them to do. So to implement this, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take a black pen, black highlighter, I guess those don't exist. You're gonna take a writing utensil and you're just gonna do a little asterisk next to each task that has a ripple and might affect someone else. So for me, there are 2 tasks that are gonna affect other people. Number 1, my YouTube videos, because I have to get them to my editor, shout out to Paige. And number 2, newsletters. I have to write those, but my team has to schedule them. So what that means is that I might, even though this is, according to the green circle, a low stress task, I might want to move it up so that I can do right by my team and give them the things that they really need in order to succeed. Poof, With that, you should have your list prioritized. I would love to hear from you as accountability in the comments and tell me what is the number one thing on your list for today. And if you're like, Karin, I know what to do. What I struggle with is once I have it prioritized, getting myself past procrastination and resistance and getting myself to actually do it. If that's you, I highly suggest you check out this other video, which is gonna give you some more concrete tips for exactly that issue. That's what I've got for today. Let me know what you thought of this video, and I will see you next week.